Hey, James. Thanks for lending me At Midnight I'll Take Your Soul. You can take it back now because I think it's haunted.
Wow.
The night after I watched this, I went into the other room. I was getting ready for work. And out of nowhere, my PlayStation turned itself on and then ejected the Coffin Joe disc.
Ooh.
So you might want to take that to a priest, get it exorcised. Yes. I went out of my house because it scared the hell out of me. I ran around my house with like a stick, seeing if there was anyone home. And that was the scariest thing about the movie. But yeah, it was a very interesting movie. I guess you could take it from here.
Yeah. I mean, it's part of a series, basically. I mean, starring the character Coffin Joe.
Yeah.
Played by the director, José Mojica Marins, who's really popular in Brazil. So whenever, because I talked about these on Monster Madness a long time ago.
That's how I knew about it. I was familiar with your review of it.
Or third year, maybe. But yeah. And I remember it was like all the Brazilian fans were saying like, thanks for giving more attention to him because he's like a, big star. And yeah, I'm surprised why in the United States people don't know who he is as much because these movies are amazing. Yeah. And I think the first two Coffin Joe movies are like two of the most underrated horror movies, of all time.
And we should mention this is Brazil's first horror movie.
They never made any before that?
From what I'm reading, everything says this is the first horror movie. There's no way to confirm that, but it seems to be this is the first horror movie.
Yeah, it's more brutal than any
That's what I was going to say. It wasn't very scary to me. It was brutal. It was disturbing.
Oh, yeah.
This made more sense. There's a Brazilian YouTuber I'm friends with, Izzy Nobre, and I asked him about it. He had never seen it, but he told me that this guy is like legendary in Brazil. He's like, oh, I know exactly what this guy is. He's Brazilian John Waters. And then he said that his family was very religious and they were not allowed to watch it because he does a lot of sacrilegious stuff in this. And I'm like, oh, the audience for this is very religious people. Like, he's eating meat during Lent on a Friday.
Which is a hilarious shot.
It's so funny.
Okay, like a big part of the character is like, he's like this undertaker. Who is basically like a big thing of him is that he's like denouncing any type of religion.
Oh, yeah. Like, he's a total, like, I thought he was like the devil or a demon, but no, he's just a total atheist.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, he's not like a devil worshiper. If anything, when he brings up the devil is just to spite, like religion. But the part you mentioned with the meat, I remember it's like, his wife or whatever doesn't want to cook he's like demanding that she cooks the meat for him, but it's like a holy day, you're not supposed to eat meat. So he says the line, he's like, I'm gonna eat meat even if it's human flesh. And then she says, that's the devil tempting you. And then he goes,
Se o encontrar, vou convidá-lo para jantar.
Well, if I meet the devil, I'll invite him over for dinner or something. And then the next shot, he's like in a window eating the meat while there's like some kind of like holy ceremony going on. And he's like looking out the window.
He offers it to the priest. He's like, it's like, oh no. So I think we're not really the audience that was meant for this when it comes to the scares. Because I can see being very religious and superstitious, that being like, oh my god, no, that's awful, don't watch this.
Yeah, well, this is early 60s as well, and this is this is before Night of the Living Dead. This is probably the most brutal horror film of its time.
It was very, like, even like from today's standards, like, he does some awful shit. Coffin Joe's a fucking dick. He does some awful, like, pretty creepy stuff. Also, I just want to note for guys out there, if you're walking a lady home and someone who looks like the fucking devil offers to walk her the rest of the way, I know you're not supposed to judge a book by a cover, but don't let her walk home with that guy.
There's nothing supernatural about the character. He's just an asshole. But he's an asshole who, like, gets his way because he makes people fear him, and like everybody's just kind of like afraid to like.
He gives them that like, because part of me is just like, how's no one killed this guy? He doesn't seem that tough.
There's one guy who like stands up to him, and you know what happens to him.
Well, is that the one with the fingers or the eyeballs?
That was the eyeball stab. So
I was wondering why.
This was going to be. I think Justin was going to do this.
Oh, really?
Or Kieran, one of them. And then I think it got switched to you.
Okay, so
probably for that reason.
So I get to do the movie about a guy named Antonio having his girlfriend stolen, and then he's murdered, and then also another guy gets his eyeballs stabbed out. That's great.
Yeah, I
was definitely the perfect person for this movie.
Yeah,
I was really pissed when he was like shit on that guy named Antonio. I'm like, hey, that's my name.
Yeah.
Stop it. For those of you who don't know, my full name's Antonio. I don't think we've ever established that before. But yeah, he's like such a dick, and then like I love how he tempts the witch. And the witch is like, you're going to go to hell, man.
That's right. There is a witch character who starts the movie as well. Who kind of she's almost like a campy horror host in the beginning.
A little bit, yeah.
And the way the movie starts, it's black and white, and it's got like the way the titles appear, and then there's like these animated like bats or an owl or something that flies by, and it sets it up like it's going to be this like this hokey, spooky like old fashioned horror film, but then once it gets started, it's just about this brutal, nasty character, and it really makes those brutal parts stand out more because you weren't expecting it for a movie of this type or this time period. So
what does he do? Like, does he kill his wife with the spiders?
I forget. Yeah, I forget because he uses spiders in this movie and the next, and I kind of forget which is which. But one of them, because to back up. Coffin Joe, his whole mission is he wants to find the perfect woman to impregnate to carry his bloodline or whatever. Yeah, he says,
what is the point of life if you can't have a son to continue it or something?
Yeah, and he specifically wants a son. If you can't,
because your last name, you got to have your last name going on. Whatever. It's more important about the name. Really.
Yeah. So basically, he's really hell-bent on that, having a son, and it has to be this specific woman he's looking for. And one of the reasons how he's able to find out, and this might be the second movie I'm thinking of, but he covers them in spiders, and when you're watching this, that it's real. They actually put spiders on the actresses.
I only remember one girl with one spider in this. Okay. So maybe you're thinking of the sequel?
I must be, yeah. So the first movie, I think he kills someone with a spider. Yeah. But the second one, it's like a test where the one who's able to tolerate the spiders is the one who he wants as his wife.
Yeah.
But in this one, he kills somebody with the spider. And
he pokes a guy's out. He cuts someone else's fingers off.
Yeah, he cuts the fingers when they're gambling or whatever.
So I know that there's sequels. You mentioned it. I've seen the reviews for them. I watched the end of this movie, and Coffin Joe fucking dies.
Oh yeah, he dies.
His skin's ripped off his face.
Yeah, his eyeballs are coming out. Oh, actually, just to back up, since we're going to move into like sequel talk for a minute, the shot that stands out in this, there is a long take, like a 5-minute take, where it's just him like screaming, and it's like there's a storm going on.
Like, come on, why? Look, I'm not really religious or anything, but I also don't go into cemeteries and just taunt the dead. Just in case. But he's all like, come on. They said they're going to come at midnight, punish me, blah, blah.
I know.
And then they show up and he starts freaking out.
And he's also like, he's mad that he didn't, because what happens? Like, I think he impregnated somebody and then she died.
She killed herself. She killed herself out of spite to curse him. Yeah.
And then he's yelling to like God and like being like, if you're real, show me. I want proof. And he goes into this long dramatic monologue. And the camera just kind of follows him through the room. And by the end of it, he's like upside down somehow. Yeah. And he's just like laughing. I remember even there's a DVD feature where José Mojica Marins is talking about that scene and says that that's like his highlight. That's his like best performance, And I agree. I mean, that scene stands out.
Okay, so how does he come back to life in the sequels?
It's the same way anybody comes back, really. They're just like, he's in the hospital and then he recovers from his wounds. It's one of those.
Oh, so he just grows skin back perfectly on his face, no scars or anything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then
that happens.
Yeah. then he goes back to business pretty quickly.
Oh, so he found out that there is an afterlife and God hates him and the supernatural hate him. And then he's all like, well, I learned nothing. Let's just go back to murder.
Yeah, if anything, he's even worse in the second movie.
Yeah, because now he knows, all right, well, that was the best God could throw at me, I guess, and I'm still...
The second movie, of course, is called This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse. Yeah. The scene that stands out, if you're going to see one scene in this movie, you'll know what it is because it's the only color scene.
Okay.
He has this nightmare where he gets dragged to hell, and hell is in color.
Yeah.
And this is probably the most outlandish depiction of hell I've ever seen. I mean, first of all, it's not usually you imagine fire and stuff.
Yeah.
This hell is like ice, and there are body parts in the walls, like live body parts, and I mean like they cut out holes in the set, and actors would put their butts, their boobs, whatever into these holes, and it's just everywhere. And there's like these devils that are like whipping them and like poking them with pitchforks.
I saw that in your review, yeah.
Yeah, which we had to heavily censor, but yeah.
The ice thing might be, I think in Dante's Inferno, they say the lowest level of hell where Satan is like ice cold.
Oh, okay.
It might be a reference to that, I'm not sure. But yeah, I guess I'll check out the other one was made like recent, like early 2000s, right? The third one? There's a third one.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot in between. So it's confusing because for a long time I thought the third one was Awakening of the Beast.
Okay.
Which also has like body part monsters in it, which is really, really weird. But then there's like the Haunted World of Coffin Joe. Like there's basically like a lot of different things he did. So he basically portrayed the character for a long time, but none of them were actually the third in this storyline.
Oh, okay.
So Embodiment of Evil came out in like 2008 or something.
Okay.
And it's still him. He's still playing the same character.
Yeah.
I did not see it yet, but I plan to. Because I want to catch up on like the rest of them as well, but that's like the third in this.
That's like the official third. Okay, all right. Yeah, it's very interesting. I guess if you're Brazilian, it's historically significant to you.
Yeah.
Don't show your elderly grandmother this movie; she'll probably have a heart attack.
Yeah. And no matter where in the world you live, I mean, these are mandatory to see. At least the first one, and for the nightmare scene in the second movie, you gotta see them because these are like if you like anybody who likes horror should see these. It's really a shame that they're so underrated and they're rare. Like they're not streaming anywhere. You just have to find.
I found a really horrible copy on YouTube. Yeah, I borrowed that. I sent that to my friend Izzy, and he's like, "There's physical copies of this." I'm like, "Yeah, there's several apparently, but they're really hard to find."
Yeah, and just hope they're not haunted. I guess.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: they might be haunted. They might start turning things on in your house.
Yeah.
God, I was so scared.
There was like a set of them. That came in like a coffin.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's like I think it's region
locked. Or...
I'm not sure. South American region. I don't know.
There's ways around that these days, though. Yeah.
So, I mean, check them out any way you can.
Yep.